All right, so since we are seated, why don't we come to a quick moment of checking in by closing down the eyes. Coming to a nice, easy, seated, cross-legged position, sitting up on a blanket or a bolster if that feels good. You can place the palms on your knees or thighs. Just quieting down for a moment before we begin today's practice. When you're ready on an inhale, we're going to lift the shoulders up to the ears. Big deep breath in. Exhale. Inhale the shoulders up. Exhale. Release. One more time. Inhale the shoulders up. This time, suck in as much breath as possible. Hold it at the top. And exhale. And now you can begin to lengthen your inhale regularly. Keep the shoulders nice and relaxed. Lift up gently through the crown of your head. And you're looking for that nice, gentle, neutral place in your spine. So you're not leaning forward too far or backward or lilting to one side, but a nice, gentle, straight spine lifting all the way up from the tailbone, through the spine, through the crown of the head, and the shoulders just gently fall away from the ears. Notice if you have a tendency to scrunch up your face or your brow, see if you can begin to let that go. And we're already tapping into that nice, long, deep breath in through the nose, breathing out through the nose or the mouth, whatever feels good for you today. And of course, on your exhales, already getting into the habit of drawing the navel into the spine as you exhale. And then you can just subtly become aware of your physical body, physical being, noticing how you feel this morning, what areas of tension may exist that are new or possibly old friends that always seem to be with us, reminding us perhaps of some bad habits or an old injury. When you're ready on an inhale, you can begin to raise the arms up, reaching up with the fingers, and then exhale the hands to heart center. Inhale the arms up. Exhale to heart center. One more. Inhale the arms up, reach up, gaze up between the palms, and when you're ready, exhale and begin to float forward, fingertips coming down to the ground. Deep breaths here, breathing into your low back, into your inner thighs. Again, remembering that the breath is there for you, so you have to breathe anyway. Why not become conscious today for the next 60 minutes of some long, slow, deep breaths? Maybe challenging yourself today to stay with those deep breaths. And just notice what it does for you. Take a nice big deep breath in. You can lift up onto the fingertips, and as you exhale, you're going to walk your hands over to the left side. Take another deep breath in. You can lift up, and as you exhale, walk your hands through center all the way over to the right side. End of your exhale, come back through center. Nice big deep breath in. Exhale, walk the hands out maybe just a little further. And end of your next exhale, use your hands, press yourself up. Let's go ahead and extend the legs out in front of us. Gentle bounce of the knees, and from here we're going to come to our 90-90, so we're going to bring the sole of our right foot to the inner left thigh, and we're going to tuck that left leg behind us. So if you're good doing it on its own, you can move the blanket, but if you notice, if you get into this posture that you start to fall over to the right, then you can tuck the blanket right under your right hip there. There you go. Good deal. You're good. You good? You want some help? Yeah? Good? From there, we're going to take a deep breath in, square the shoulders, go ahead and walk your hands out in front of you. Deep breaths. Breathing in to that outer right hip socket. Good. At the end of your next exhale, use your hands, press yourself all the way up. On an inhale, we're going to raise the arms up. And as you exhale, twist to the left. Bringing your right hand on your left thigh, your left hand behind you, gently turning the gaze to the wall behind you. Squeezing the breath out. And at the end of your exhale, come back through center. Use that left hand to help that left leg around as you come to a 90-90 on the opposite side. And once again, square the shoulders, deep breath in. Exhale, walk the hands out in front of you. Breathing deeply. Stay with the breath again. If you notice your mind begin to wander, start thinking about other things, just bring it back to the breath. End of the exhale, use your hands, press yourself all the way up. Inhale the arms up, and exhale, twist to the right. Good. End of your exhale, come back to center. Plant the hands in front of you. Come onto all fours. And we are gently going to make our way back into child's pose. So knees as wide as the mat, big toes together. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, press yourself back into child's pose. Extend the arms out in front of you, forehead to the floor. Deep breaths here. Breathing deeply into your inner thighs, into the low back. Maybe on your next exhale, you can begin to soften the shoulders a little bit. All right, when you're ready from here, go ahead and begin to extend your hands out in front of you a little bit more. Press into the floor, tuck your toes under. And you're going to begin to lift yourself up and back into downward facing dog. So you're pressing evenly into both palms, spreading the fingers wide. Turn your hands out just a little bit. Turn it this way. Yeah, just a little less. Split it up. So there you go. Good. Good. And then narrow your stance a little bit. Feet toward each other. Right there. Beautiful. Good. Deep breath in. As you exhale, press the mat away and press your torso toward your thighs. Release your heels toward the floor. Okay? Deep breaths in downward facing dog. We're just waking up the body. We're just getting ourselves accustomed to this shape, noticing how it feels this morning. Right? First down dog of the morning. We're not here to overdo it or get too excited about it. Take a nice big deep breath in. Really fill up. Lift your tailbone as you inhale. When you're ready, just exhale, press the mat away, release the heels. And at the end of that exhale, go ahead and bend the knees deeply one more time. Come all the way down and find your way back into child's pose. Deep breaths in child's pose. Take a nice big deep breath in, and as you exhale, let's go ahead and walk the hands over to the left side. And on your exhales here in this position or variation, see if you can continue to let your sit bones float back toward your heels. And you're just finding length in the right side of the body. the end of your next exhale, walk your hands through center all the way over to the right side. Breathing deeply into the left side of the body, into the rib cage. End of your exhale, coming back to center. Nice big deep breaths here, softening the shoulders. So over the next few minutes, we're going to begin to move a bit more, get our flow on, as it were. And again, I challenge you today, if nothing else, to just stay with your breath. Right? We don't care how flexible we are, how good we look at a pose. I certainly don't care about those things. For you, I just care that you continue to breathe and stay with the breath. And if poses are difficult or pose a challenge, just use the breath to work through some of that, remembering that this is not a pain-inducing practice. So if something hurts more than just a good stretch, let's say, if it hurts, just back off and approach it from where you can. When you're ready, go ahead and extend the arms out, spread the fingers wide, tuck the toes under. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, begin to lift yourself up and back into downward facing dog. Now noticing how this down dog feels compared to the first. You can extend one heel down at a time, alternating if you want. Just beginning to get a little movement, a little length. When you're ready, coming back to both heels extending down toward the floor. Hands pressing in, deep breaths. Remember, as you inhale, lift the tailbone, and as you exhale, press into your hands. And on an inhale, your next inhale, we're going to raise that right leg straight up behind us. Take a nice big deep breath in, and maybe that right leg floats up just a little higher. Keep the arms strong, press away. End of your exhale, the toes float down onto the mat. Find your downward facing dog, and here we go. Inhale the left leg up. We're just starting to find a little length in the body. Deep breaths. End of the exhale. The toes float down. Take another nice big deep breath in. Lift your tailbone. Exhale. Bend your knees and walk your hands back toward your feet, toward the back of the mat, coming to forward fold at the back of the mat. So the feet are about hips distance apart, and we're just hanging over in forward fold. No need to worry about touching the toes or the floor. None of that matters. What matters is that you're releasing the back of your neck so the crown of your head can fall toward the floor. If your hamstrings are super tight, just bend the knees slightly. That's okay. Deep breaths. Now on an inhale, you can begin to walk the hands up the shins to the knees or thighs as support, and you're going to bring your back halfway up, extending through the spine, gazing forward about a foot or so in front of your mat. Take a deep breath in, and then exhale, forward fold again. Now walk your hands out in front of you, come back to downward facing dog. Deep breath in, exhale, press the mat away. Inhale the right leg up. Exhale, step your foot all the way up between your hands, coming to a long lunge. You can help that foot up if you need to, yep. Pressing back into that back heel. When you're ready, rock backward, step forward to forward fold. At the top of the mat. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. Breathing deeply in forward fold. On an inhale, slowly rolling all the way up through the spine. Nice and easy. Arms come up as you stand up, gaze up between the palms, spread the fingers wide. Exhale all the way over, back to forward fold. Good. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your hands. This time step your right foot back, coming to a nice long lunge. Good. Then gently step your left foot back. And you're going to find a downward facing dog. So from here, inhale the hips up, exhale, downward facing dog. Walk your feet up towards your hands a little bit. Feet up towards your hands. Yeah, right there. Good. Deep breaths in this downward facing dog. Look what we've already accomplished, guys. We've bent over, we've stood up. Some serious stuff. Functional movement. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, you're going to float the knees down, come back onto all fours. So the hands are shoulder width apart. Shoulders stacked over the wrists. Knees are hips distance. We're on the tops of our feet. Right, grounding down. And even here, as we exhale, we're pressing away from the mat, pulling the belly button into the spine. On an inhale, you're going to begin to lift the gaze and lift the tailbone. Allow the belly to lengthen. And as you exhale, squeeze the chin to the chest and tuck your pelvis. Pressing the middle of the back up toward the ceiling. Inhale. And exhale, squeezing the breath out. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Squeeze the breath out. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Now, from here, staying in this little tight ball. Now, inhale again. And then exhale, coming through. Inhale, tucking the chin. Exhale. As you gaze up. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good. One more time. Tuck the toes under. You can walk the knees back 6 inches if you want. Tuck the toes under. Inhale. Lift the knees up. Exhale. downward facing dog. All right, making things a little more interesting. Let's go ahead and inhale the right leg straight up behind you. Now bend that knee, bend your right knee, keep that left leg extended, good. Begin to press the mat away and twist and open your torso to the right. There you go, good. Just like that. There you go. And turn your gaze under the right armpit. Now take a deep breath in, press down into your hands, release that left heel toward the floor. Good. End of the exhale, everything floats down, find your downward facing dog. If you need to come down for a moment onto your knees, go ahead and do so. We can't neglect the other side, so come back up into down dog when you're ready. Inhale the left leg up, bend that knee, press into the mat, twist and open your hips to the left and turn your gaze under the left armpit. Deep breath in, press on the exhale, press your right heel toward the floor, press into the mat evenly with both palms. Good. Square the hips, float the toes down. There you go. Deep breath in. As you exhale, come back onto all fours. Hips over the knees, shoulders over the wrists. Spread the fingers wide. On an inhale, float the right leg up behind you and begin to raise your left arm, reaching out in front of you. Deep breaths here. Notice if you begin to drop into that right shoulder a little bit. See if you can keep pressure on that right hand. Deep breaths. When you're ready, deep breath in. As you exhale, begin to hug the knee into that left elbow in the middle of the body. So you're going to draw the knee into the elbow. Like that. There you go. Good. Deep breath in, exhale, squeeze it out, knee to elbow. Inhale, exhale. Nice and slow. Inhale. To expand, exhale, squeeze it out. When you're ready, come back to your neutral spine. Let's take the other side. Inhale the left leg up and the right arm. Deep breaths right here, reaching in both directions. When you're ready, deep breath in, and then exhale, squeeze the knee to meet the elbow in the middle of the body. Inhale, expand. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, expand. Exhale, squeeze. One more. Inhale to expand. Exhale, squeeze it out. Come back to your neutral spine. From here, inhale that right leg up again. Exhale, step your foot up between your hands. Stacking that knee over the ankle if you can. So you can help that foot up a little bit farther if you need to. Press down into that front foot and begin to inhale as you press the mat away, floating up, arms come up. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. It's easier if you're on the top of your foot, top of that back foot, and you ground down into that foot and think about scissoring by pulling that front heel back and driving that back knee forward. Relax the shoulders, deep breaths. As you exhale, maybe you bend that front knee a little bit, working into that left hip flexor. End of your next exhale, the hands float down on either side of that front foot, and then you're going to swing the back foot to the inside of your mat. Yep. And then press yourself up so you've got right elbow to right knee. Inhale the left arm up And exhale all the way overhead, reaching toward the front of the room. Deep breaths here. End of your exhale, float it down, everything on either side of that front knee. You can swing the back foot out, again, into alignment. And when you're ready, begin to walk your front foot forward about 6 or 8 inches. You might want blocks for this one, but essentially you're going to start to pull yourself back, pulling the toes up and pressing the back of that right knee toward the floor. So if you had blocks, they might be right here, or you can keep your fingertips down, keep pulling those toes back as much as you can. Deep breaths. Finding length in the back of that right leg. Okay, when you're ready, go ahead and walk yourself forward, and you're going to bring that right knee back under the right hip, coming back onto all fours. Good. Taking the other side, inhale the left leg up, exhale. Step that foot up between your hands. On an inhale, pressing into the mat, rising up. Relax the shoulders. Deep breath in. Exhale, float the hands down. We're going to swing the back foot to the inside of the mat and bring our left elbow to left knee. Inhale the right arm up, and exhale, reach the right arm over the ear toward the front of the room. End of the exhale, hands float down on either side of that front foot, swing the back foot back into its proper alignment, and then walk that left foot forward. And when you're ready, go ahead and pull back. Pulling the toes back, coming up on the blocks. You may notice one side's way tighter than the other. Deep breaths here. And when you're ready, walk the hands forward, and you can begin to bring that knee back under the hip, coming back onto all fours. From here, go ahead and walk the knees back about 6 inches, tuck your toes under. Take a deep breath in, lift the knees up off the ground, exhale, press back into downward facing dog. Once again, we're going to take a few deep breaths in this down dog. And then we're going to get into a little bit of a flow. Clock is ticking this morning. All right, when you're ready, deep breath in. Exhale, bend your knees, look to the front of the mat, and walk your feet up to your hands, coming to forward fold at the top of your mat. Good. Release the back of the neck, crown of the head falls toward the floor. Let your shoulders go. On an inhale, coming up nice and slowly, hands to thighs. We're going to come right into a half lift, extending through the spine. Again, the shoulders here still rolling back down the spine, lifting through the crown of the head. Deep breath in, exhale, forward fold. Inhale slowly, all the way up. Raising the arms up as you come up, spread the fingers wide, gaze up between the palms, and then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, all the way up. Arms come up. Gaze up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, press into your feet, roll up through the spine, raise the arms up, gaze up between the palms, maybe take a gentle back bend by bringing the hands together, and then exhale, forward fold all the way down. Release the back of the neck, crown of the head falls toward the floor. Find the length from your tailbone through the spine, through the crown of the head. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, all the way up. Arms up. Gaze up, back bend, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. So it's one inhale all the way up, and then just exhale it out to forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Whoops. So I was just giving a better description of what I was looking for there. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, all the way up. Yeah, it's good. You guys are focused. Exhale, forward fold. On your own. Stay with the breath. Use the breath. This is how you learn to marry the movement with the breath and the breath with the movement. This is what they call the flow, vinyasa. This is a half sun salutation. Many of you know I'm a big fan of the half sun salutation. Can be done just about anywhere. Great way to warm up the spine. Bring the heart rate up a little bit. It's also a fantastic way to quickly snap your brain into your breath and into the body. Fantastic for the end of a long trip, drive, or flight. All right. When you're ready, we're going to meet in forward fold. On an inhale, we're going to come halfway up again. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your hands outside your feet. Step your right foot back, finding that nice long lunge again. Step the left foot back and find a downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg up behind you. Exhale, step your foot all the way through and up between your hands. Rock backward, step forward to forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your hands. Step your left foot back. Then the right, finding your downward facing dog. Deep breaths in down dog. Inhale the left leg up behind you. Exhale, step that foot between your hands. Coming to a lunge. Rock backward, step forward to forward fold. Inhale halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. Doing great. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Planting the hands. Left foot back. Right foot back, finding a plank. Taking a few deep breaths in plank. Extending out of the shoulders. Engaging your core. On an inhale, lift your hips up, and exhale, press back into downward facing dog. Inhale forward to plank again. Inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg up behind you. Exhale, step that foot up between the hands. You can help that foot up, whatever you need to get there. So we're going to stay on the back toes. On an inhale, press into the floor and begin to lift your torso up, lifting the hands up, coming to crescent pose. Keeping onto the back toes, the toes of the left foot. Right? Relax the shoulders. Good. Palms face each other. Take a nice big deep breath in. As you exhale, you're going to begin to twist and open your torso to the right, reaching your hands in both directions, extending back in both directions. Inhale, forward and up again. Exhale, twisting to the right. Good. As you twist to the right, press back into that left heel. Excellent. Inhale, back up to center. We'll take one more. Big breath in. Exhale, twist to the right. Reach in both directions. Nice. Bend that front knee a little bit more. Good. Inhale, back up to center. Exhale, float the hands down on either side of that front foot. Step it back to plank. Inhale, lift the tailbone. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg up behind you. Exhale, step your foot up between your hands. Finding that nice lunge. When you're ready, inhale, press into that front foot. Begin to float up, finding your crescent lunge here. Pressing back into that right heel. Palms facing each other. Good, relax the shoulders. So most of the work is coming from our legs and our hips and our core, right? Up top is nice and soft. We're breathing. Take a nice big deep breath in. As you exhale, we're going to twist and open to the left. And press back into that right heel. Inhale up through center again, finding your crescent lunge. Exhale, twist and open to the left. Good. Reach in both directions. Inhale to center. Big breath in. Now exhale, really go for it. Squeeze the breath out. Nice big twist. Bend that front knee, press back into that back heel. Feel it in your back glute there. Inhale, up to center, crescent pose. Exhale, float the hands down on either side of that front foot. Step it back to plank. Inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good, deep breaths in downward facing dog. So now we've been to this downward facing dog a few times already, so let's try to dial in a few more thoughts about it. So look at your hands or feel your hands and notice if that fleshy part between the thumb and index finger is lifting. That means you're rocking onto the outer edges of your wrists. Enough of that and you will eventually hurt your wrists. So you want to press evenly into both hands. Spread the fingers wide. Extend out of the shoulder blades. A lot of these little adjustments happen also on the exhale. So as you exhale, you begin to lengthen the arms. Sal, shorten your stance up just a little bit. Walk your feet up towards your hands over right there. Good. Bend your knees a little bit. Good. Take a nice big deep breath in. Exhale. Straighten your legs. There you go. Good. All right. Deep breath in. As you exhale, bend the knees, look to the front of the mat, and walk your feet up to come to forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rolling up through the spine, all the way up. Exhale the hands to heart center, right in front of your chest. Okay. Just noticing how you feel for a moment. We're going to take a warrior one, but we're going to do it from standing as opposed to flowing through from down dog. So warrior one, we're going to shift the weight. We're going to bring our hands to our hips if that's helpful. You're going to shift the weight into your left leg and raise that right knee up for a second, and then exhale, step your foot back. Pretty good, decent stride back. It's probably about the same as your crescent lunge that we just did. That front knee is going to bend so it's stacked over your ankle. Okay? But just the knee bends, we're not coming forward with it. The knee bends, right? And as the knee bends, we're also pressing back into the outer edge of that back foot, which is turned about 45 degrees. And I'm going to let you all decide where you want that back heel. Traditionally, it's in line with the front heel or you're intersecting that arch, but if you need to bring the foot to the outer part of the mat a little bit, that's okay. Everyone's hips are different. Okay? And from here, I want you to take your right thumb and dig it into the small of your back above that hip and start to press that right hip forward. There you go. And you're going to use the left hand to pull the left hip back. So essentially, you're squaring your hips. That is your warrior one foundation. And then from here, you can release the hands and on an inhale, begin to float them up, relaxing the shoulders again, gazing forward, fingers active. Deep breaths here in warrior one. Just press back into that heel a little bit more. Your whole torso sort of back a little bit this way. Yeah, right there. Now bend the knee without coming forward. There you go. Good. So extending back into the outer edge of that back foot. That left thigh is active, so you're pulling the kneecap up into the thigh. Now from here to get to warrior two, it's real easy. So we're in warrior one. Take a deep breath in. When you're ready, begin to open your torso to the right and lower your arms so they're parallel with the ground, palms facing the floor, and you're gazing straight out over those front 2 fingers. Front index fingers, yeah. Awesome. And your torso, again, your spine is straight up and down. Bend that front knee a little deeper. Good, there you go. And then this just comes up this way. Yes. Back arm up, right there. Good. Now relax. Relax and breathe. Good, you guys got it. I know, right? Good, that's warrior 2. You know what you can do from warrior 2 that feels real good? You can flip your front palm over to face the ceiling. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, begin to lift that front hand up and over, and that back hand can just drop gently down your back thigh. Lift up and over. You want to lift up and arch out of the low back. That left arm lifts all the way up, stretching up and out of the left side, right? Maybe you get a little cramp. That's okay, means you're alive. Okay, and then inhale back up to warrior 2. And from here, you can take your left elbow and drop it onto your left knee, and that right arm is going to come all the way up and over your ear, and you're just going to gaze at the side wall in front of you, extending that right arm over the ear, reaching to the front of the room. Keep pressing back into the outer edge of that back foot. Extended side angle pose. Good. On an inhale, coming back up to warrior 2. Inhale the arms up for warrior 1. And exhale, step your foot forward, shaking everything out. Good news is you made it. Bad news, side 2. Side 2, Paula, here we go. Hands on our hips. We're going to shift the weight into the right leg. Lift the left knee up and exhale, step your foot back, nice long stride. Bend that front knee. Press back into the outer edge of that back foot. Good, back foot's 45 degrees. Take that left thumb, dig it into the back of that left hip and press your hip forward. And then inhale the arms up. Relax the shoulders. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Now open the arms and the torso to the left, but turn your gaze over the right fingers. Nice strong front thigh, pulling the kneecap up into the back thigh. Relax the shoulders, deep breaths. Good, flip your front palm over. Inhale, exhale, reverse warrior as that right arm comes all the way up and over. Inhale back up to warrior 2 for just a moment, and you're going to keep coming down, bringing that right elbow to the right knee. Left arm floats all the way up and over your head, reaching forward as you gaze to the side wall. Inhale back up to warrior 2. Exhale, float the hands down on either side of that front foot. Okay? When you're ready, you can walk the back foot forward, coming to forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. And from here, slowly make your way down onto your bums. And we're going to just roll right back onto our backs, extending the legs out. Take a nice big deep breath in, hug the knees into the chest, rock from side to side. When you're ready, go ahead and float the soles of the feet back onto the floor, but walk your feet out to the edges of the mat on either side of you. Good. Open your arms in a T, palms facing the floor. Deep breath in. As you exhale, we're going to float the knees over to the left side, and we're going to turn our gaze over the right shoulder. But see if you can keep your feet planted on either side of the mat as they come down, instead of hugging both feet together. So come back up. Now open your feet up. Yeah, that's basically it. Okay. Just begin to let everything release and let go. When you're ready, on an inhale, the knees are going to come up to center. And as you exhale, you're going to float them over to the right side and turn your gaze over the left shoulder. Just a nice, easy twist. At the end of class, letting things go. When you're ready, on an inhale, you can begin to bring the knees back up, hug them into your chest, rock from side to side. And when you're ready, one leg at a time, begin to extend each leg out onto the mat, opening your legs as wide as the mat. Opening the arms just at your sides, palms facing the ceiling. Take a long, slow, deep breath in. Really fill up one more time. And then exhale, let it all out. No more work for the breath. Just allow it to breathe you. As you settle into the floor, just really see if you can feel the full weight of your being on the surface below you. Relaxing, letting go. No more work. Just breathing normally. One more time when you're ready. Take a nice big deep breath in. Exhale. Hug the knees into your chest. Rock from side to side. Gently float onto your right side. And when you're ready, press yourself back up into an easy seated position. You can come sitting onto your blanket or block or bolster. close the eyes down for a moment. And again, just find that nice neutral spine that we talked about in the beginning here. But now notice how you may or may not feel differently at the end of class. And of course, remembering that this practice is always with you throughout the day, throughout each moment, as each breath unfolds, you have an opportunity to make a choice that is right for you. Have a wonderful weekend, gentlemen. Thank you so much for coming this morning. Namaste.